the journey so far. The drenched fort was dry, but the horsemen loosed its waters. And then the makers rejoiced, for their forge burned anew. From its fires they made a key, one which could awaken stone.
Hey there everybody, Kuddlesnot again. And in this episode we are going to talk to some people, talk about possessed weaponry and vendors and items in general, and as well go to some side quest areas, definitely the Shattered Forge, and possibly make it all the way to the Weeping Crag as well. Anyway, first thing we're going to do is totally not go that way. We're going to go this way into the Maker's Forge. And in the last episode, we went to the Drench Fort, in case you forgot. Or didn't watch it, or something.
It is finished then, at long last. Death, this is a Maker's key, and you had best take it now, before I come to my senses.
You seem more likely to lose them, old one.
A problem, aye. But there is also a solution. The Guardian. Meant to be our greatest weapon, and capable of clearing the forest around the tree. But an earthquake drove us from the foundry, and now I fear something else roams within. The Guardian was never finished.
If the Guardian is your masterwork, how am I to complete him?
In the forest lies another construct, one of the few remaining who have not fallen to corruption. He is not as vast as the Guardian, but his heart is strong. Seek him out, and he will guide you to the foundry. There, you may activate the Guardian using the Maker's key.
Achievement unlocked, Tenji, Tears of the Mountain. Tell me more about the key. Okay.
The constructs are awakened by a key?
Aye. Constructs do not have a soul like you or I. Not until that soul is given. This key unlocks the stone and prepares it for the ebb and flow of a Maker's life force. In fact, it will bring to life most any construct you find in the realm.
And what makes you think I have a soul, old one?
Isn't that what troubles you?
Oh, deep shit right there.
How will I know when I've found this construct?
Constructs are beings of boulder and
Seen
stone,
them a lot.
animated by a Maker's life force.
All over the place.
Most possess but a fraction of a soul. Just enough to drive them and give them purpose. But through others course the whole of a Maker's being, his memories and emotions, a story half remembered. Life weighs heavy on us all. Not even stone can bear it.
Oh, there we go again with the deep shit.
If wardens can resist corruption, why not use them to cleanse your realm?
Sadly, the wardens were called when the seals were broken. The Maker's toll.
The
to
wardens
be paid
are the
at the
tormented
end.
gates that are found in
This
DS1.
warden is all that remains.
And this is the last one, apparently.
Then the seals were broken.
And I was like, if they were broken, maybe war isn't bad. Maker's Key. A forge key contains the essence of Maker's powers. With it, death can activate constructs. So not an item, or not a ability per se, but an item that you utilize in puzzles and in the future, and for a side quest that we're going to do as well. Anyway, you guys might be hearing a Stonebite. So we're going to go get a Stonebite right now. Mystic Stonebite. Jump, bitch. There we go. Put the gun away. Mystic Stonebite number 13. Yeehaw! Alright, anyone else got anything to say?
The forge blazes again, Ryder, thanks to you. But that's
Thanks
no
to me,
excuse
not
hang
to
about.
Karn, god
Have you
damn it.
not a construct to awaken?
We can get a side quest.
Oh, sure, this key is special. Valus doesn't seem so impressed.
Aye. He mourns the loss of his friend.
Valus had a friend?
Och, aye.
He had a
His great
friend?
hammer
That's
splintered
not
bone.
possible. He doesn't
It
talk.
felled many a giant.
Oh, it's a weapon.
But Valus
Inanimate
lost it
object.
in a dungeon west of here.
Oh, well.
And it weighs heavy upon him. If you can find
Shattered
Splintered Bone and
Forge.
return it to my brother, you will earn his
So
gratitude.
we're gonna go do that
Mayhaps the forging of
after
a
we talk about some other
proper
stuff.
weapon.
Why use a key to awaken the constructs?
Spirit doesn't pass through stone unless you carve a channel for it. That's what the key is for. It's sharp enough to slide through the stuff of life. Be
Doesn't look
careful
very
where you
sharp. Looks
point
like a
it.
big bulky key.
What was Valus doing in a dungeon?
We hope to restore the shattered forge within. But
So
it
that's
was
why the name
corrupted
comes from, because it's
and
actually a
overrun
shattered
by
forge.
sea vermin. We barely escaped with our lives. No thanks to
Oh, Carnigan.
You let that pup guide you?
Aye. At the time, we did not see the harm.
At the time.
But Karn would do anything to prove himself. I fear one day he will go too far.
Even though he's like thousands of years
You will
old.
find the hammer
But yeah,
just past the fjord.
Whatevs.
The Stone Father be with.
Good luck to me. Grunt, buddy. Okay. Enough grunting from you.
Res-
Anything else to say?
Restoring
No.
the forge
Okay.
has given
So
us
what we're
hope,
gonna do
but hope
is we're gonna talk finally talk about possessed weapons. So you probably have one by now. If you don't worry, you'll get one eventually. It's not from any special chest or specific location. It's just for possible random loot. I'm lucky enough to have some possessed double sides, so that's what we're gonna work with. First thing you want to do is you want to equip it, whatever you're working on, because if you do that, you can see we have the masher equipped. If you do that, then you can see everything else you can possibly feed to it. If you have something else equipped, then you won't see what you have equipped as possible things to feed, which makes sense, but doesn't make sense if you're trying to feed, like, you know, what's going to be your main weapon. So, level 2. So we actually got a little while ago. So we actually might not use it, but we can take a look. 32. See, everything's, even if we leveled up, you can only level each one up 6 times. So keep that in mind. I'm not going to change the name. We can deal with that later. Anyway, so since it's level 2, all of our, like, level 3, 4, 5 stuff is really going to upgrade it significantly. So we want to be kind of careful. So we have these smaller things. As you can see, even though we have, I mean, this is level 2, and this thing right here is like level 3 or 4, if we can go check on it. It barely is doing anything. It's because it's white, and it's because, you know, common item, and because it doesn't have any sort of abilities. As you can see down there on a mace, it's grayed out, means that nothing's going to be added to it. All it's going to do is add experience. You can see that in the white, like, little white line that's there. However, if you go down here, fierce size, piercing damage, and critical chance. Those are blue because that means that they will be added as possible upgrades to the weapon. So let's sacrifice it and take a look. So damage up to 30, 36. Great. So now, as you see, critical chance and piercing damage. The two things that were on this weapon. So if you combine multiple things, so if you like one with piercing damage, another one fire damage, then those will show up with a maximum of 4 different effects. And I believe it's the 4 effects that are the most powerful. So if you sacrifice like 6 things, especially like higher levels, you sacrifice more things with more abilities. The 6 best abilities, not necessarily ones you want, and that's the key here, but the best abilities with the highest percentages that add the most damage or whatever. So we'll add critical chance. Why not? Come on, but what's going on? There we go. All right. Achievement unlocked. 20G. Feeding time. Woo! All right, so now it's at 34, 38. So each level really significantly upgrades it. That was upgraded again. So the reason I was saying you should sell these, because they're not going to sell these white guys like low level here, because they're not going to add anything except EOC defense if you really want that on your weapon. You can if you're having trouble dying, but I would prefer for each level up to give it a more offensive capability. So I'm just going to keep those in sell, because even that chump change is worth more than the little teeny bit that they're possessed of, that, you know, experience level that it gives. You can argue with me on that, but that's my personal opinion. And then, all right, so what did we put on it? We put on critical chance already. Something on here's got to have critical chance. Critical damage, critical damage, critical damage. Oh, there we go. Okay, critical chance. See how it's green now? That means that it's an ability that we already have. Meaning that if we sacrifice this, it'll augment it slightly more than it would otherwise. Because whenever you level up, all the base abilities that are now on it should level up somewhat. So now it should be slightly more, but and then Arcane is in blue, so add Arcane. So actually this looks like a good thing to add, so we'll do that. And then we have this white scythe, and as you can see, the white scythe does significantly level it up. But it's not going to add anything significant because we want both that arcane and we want that arcane. If we put on something else like fire damage, then we'd just be wasting a possible fire damage upgrade. So as you look, okay, critical chance good. Critical chance is up slightly, damage is up slightly. So now we have arcane and critical chance. So arcane, well, critical chance because that was already on there and we can upgrade it some more. Or arcane, which is brand new. So we'll put arcane on there because we're necromancers. And that's the basics of, and for some reason we can't see any of my information on the right there. So that's the basics of upgrading. Or there's something called the talisman, the sacrificial artifacts they buy from Vulgrim, which at this early level automatically leveled up all the way, which means that you can feed it one thing and then level up all the way and you'll get that one thing. Or at higher levels, they'll like level up plus halfway, like I was like level 25 and it fed a level 25 weapon like halfway. So that's a key item, like critical later in game when you're being very careful about how you're upgrading your weapons, your possessed weapons. But right now it's not very important. Okay, so as you can see, these things are fairly expensive and they level up with you. So when I come back at level 9, all the items will be level 9. Might be the same items with better damage and better attribute bonuses, but also, when we complete the Shattered Forge, there'll be some new weapons and items here as well. You see, these are extremely expensive, and at the moment, they're definitely not worthwhile. Maybe I don't really start buying stuff until I hit 10 or 11. That's when you have the cash to spend. You have most of the combat abilities that you want. So this is all you have to spend on, and you also have a lot of stuff to sell. So that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna like level up the size all the way and do a little bit more vendor stuff, and then we will be right back. Oh yes, I want 3 ghouls. Okay, awesome. I got 3 ghoulies. 3 ghoulies. So, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go talk to Orin in the fjord. Like I was saying, one other thing about vendors I wanted to say was use them to kind of clear out your inventory, because your inventory doesn't scroll. You have those, what is it, like 9x3 squares, or maybe 10x3. So you have that 30 or that 27 slots in each type of weapon and each type of armor. And then once those fill up, you can't get any more of that type. So you want to make sure that you still have space there, because especially if you go like a long trip or a long dungeon, then you're going to have to deal with that. Alright, so remember we were here before I got the Silent Stone. And now that we got the Maker's Key, we can wake him up. Tired, huh?
Who disturbs my sleep?
The guy likes to get you your limbs.
A fleshling in a fool's lands. You have the look of neither angel nor demon. When last I woke, they were the children of creation.
Damn, that was a long time
All
ago.
kind.
Don't recognize the
I do not
Nephilim.
recognize.
You've been asleep a
How
long
long have you
time.
been sleeping?
How long? That I do not know. But I seem to be half my normal stature.
Yeah, you're kind of missing 4
Construct
limbs.
sleep. The stone wonders.
How?
Perhaps you might find my
How
way
does
to
it wander?
self
Please
and
inform
return
us.
it to me.
How can I do that?
So, a big stone foot just decided to go, hey, I'm going to go hang out somewhere else. So that item lets us
Peacefully
activate the
to
limbs.
awaken the old stone and remind it of life.
Okay, we can do that.
What should I call you?
Ulron is what I was called in
Because in
flesh.
flesh he was a
But in
maker.
stone,
Now he's a big soul
I
and
have
a...
no name.
See, like, if you can't pass on and you're just stuck in a thing of stone, yeah, you have a purpose and all, but man, that's different, man. Okay, so before we fast travel out of here, we're actually gonna go get the first limb here in the fjord, and then we will be back once we get the death grip from the foundry, but that's 2 dungeons away. But then we'll be able to do quite a bit of backtracking then. See, that does not sound like a big, like, prowler thing. That sounds like a dragon. Like, Skyrim dragons bearing down on me. It's wake up this first foot. Hey there, foot. I think that's a foot. Anyway. Let us fast travel. I guess we'll assign this ingredient. Okay, ingredient, skill point. So we could get some murder. Yeah, we'll call them murder, which is just a bunch of crows. Although I do love my ghoulies. I love to make them a little bit more useful. So I'm actually gonna make them wrath. So each one of their hits give me some wrath. And since there's 3 of them, they're completely level up. That's pretty awesome. All right, so now it's fast travel. I don't know why I quit out of it. Where are we going? We are going to the Shattered Forge. So I'll see you there. Alrighty, the Shattered Forge. So remember we were kind of here before to get the Stonebite and the Vulgrim Coin. Vulgrim Coin being right below me now. But we already got that stuff. And you could have technically gotten through the Shattered Forge the first time, before the Drench Fort. And the problem with that is that there are some tough fights here in the Shattered Forge. So if you're not properly leveled, you're going to have some trouble. And certainly doable. I'm not saying it's not, but it is tough. And that's the key thing here, because we're doing like kind of the order you should do if you're doing a nightmare. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. You should wait until you're about this level, 8 or 9. And you can also, if you could have talked to Valis, not Valis, you could have talked to Karn immediately. First we're gonna get a Vulgrim Coin, Boatman Coin down in here. Hello, Vulgrim Coin / Boatman Coin. So if, not Valis, I said Valis, Karn, you could have talked to Karn immediately after getting the Stinger, or the Morton Dew from the Stinger, and then he would have told you that killing a sentient a sentinel, that's what it is, sentinel construct, is what you need for the 3rd thing. And you find a sentinel construct in here. But the reward that Muria, right? Man, I'm terrible with names today. Muria gives you is level 9, the Grim Talisman. And I can't say is extremely useful at this point. So we're just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait until we get it properly in the Lost Temple. And then we'll turn it in after the Lost Temple. But yeah, anyway, there's some guys bearing down on us from up there. And we're gonna kill him. But in here, in addition to that one Vulgrim Coin we just got, is a Book of the Dead page, as well as the Omega Blades, which are kind of like an awesome early game arm blades. They got some like good fire damage on them, and it's pretty awesome. So you should absolutely grab them now, and you can use them if you'd like. Again, I prefer, like I got the Master Karkanos right now, I prefer the heavier weapons, but we're going to grab it for you, and you can use it if you'd like. And also there's some really awesome popping in here. So don't underestimate the awesomeness of the popping. It's like kind of like, this is like the first level anyway, that's kind of like designed around popping. Meaning kind of like the main gameplay element isn't even the fights, it's the platforming. Which, even though it's Prince of Persia, is still a hell of a lot of fun. And there's some really good places for that here. We've got a fight! Summon our 3 ghoulies. Yeah, 3 ghoulies. Gotta love them 3 ghoulies. And each one of them hits is getting me... What are you doing all the way over there, buddy? Eat hammer and my... And the pain train. That's right, that's what we totally publicize. The pain trains. Oh, pain train. That's so uncreative, but hell, it rhymes, and that's all that matters. Anyway, so you might think that you have to have the death crit, but nope, you don't. All you need is to swim on over. So you actually need 2 shadow bombs to get what you want. First, you want to throw it over here and blow it up. Awesome. And then you want to take a second one and kind of like throw it somewhere over here, kind of store it where you can grab it. Don't throw it up too high, otherwise you'll have some trouble picking it up again. And since it's not inactive, it's an inactive Shadow Bomb, means that we can take it, throw it to here, throw this up. Kind of almost like wanted stuff. It like pulls the gun out. But yeah, I'll wanted this shit up and grab the Omega Blades. Hello, Omega Blades. So they're like blades of angels. That's pretty awesome. Well, I guess that's different here. Like in a regular world, blades of angels would be pretty awesome. But here, it's just like, oh, it's another faction with some weaponry. Anyway, all right. So we got the Omega Blades, and now we get to have our first like big ambush. There's like two main ambushes. There's a construct ambush in here, and then there's like a sentinel. Or not in here, behind that door right over there. But then we can hit the switch and do some more popping. Pop, pop. How convenient. It's like this dungeon was designed for death to pop across it. Oh. Oh. Anyway. See, like, what was the other purpose of these pegs? To be flipped behind and have a big-ass switch to open them. So, what did are these, like, coat hooks for the makers? I mean, that just happen to be perfectly placed to let death traverse them? I don't know. Boom. Explosion. Be careful. You could actually fall down there again, and that's a waste of time. Oh, no! Prowler. So I was saying, I totally said there was three, but no, there's three. Like major fights here at the Prowler, and one with constructs, and then one with the Sentinel construct. So that's why you kind of want to hold off, because there's like three big fights here, and unless you're fully stocked on potions at an earlier level, and you're pretty good at fighting, you're gonna have some trouble. So doing it on Nightmare is a risky proposition. So that's why we're doing it now. No, stop. Okay, lock onto the proper. Oh, it's already dead. That's why I can lock onto him. That's totally okay with me. Come on, come on. Eat smash. Ouch. Okay. See, that's just. Obviously, the speed is a little more fun at some points, but I just love the big swing. But yeah. Pick some stuff up. No. The coins. No. And that was big fight number 1. And it's like, oh, that was a big fight. Now you get some 2 awesome treasure chests. Thanks, game designers. I appreciate your thoughtfulness. And that wasn't sarcasm. That actually was thoughtful. See? Level 8. So we've already leveled up, out-leveled our level 2 possess size. That's okay. I'm not going to equip them just yet, because I prefer the abilities over some more damage.
Impossible.
Impossible?
I cannot.
He cannot.
Impossible.
Still impossible.
I cannot.
He cannot.
Impossible.
Oh, God. I love that. That impossible is just amazing. Alright, ambush number 2. Ooh. Hey, buddy. Eat my ghoulies. I'm not sure what just happened. Dodge! Dodge! Okay. Awesome. Eat hammer. Dodge out of the way. Eat hammer some more. Just barely get hit by hammer. And get exploded by hammer. Thanks, hammer. You're doing your job well. 3 ghoulies. Boom, boom, boom. And my ghoulies, they die already? Eat coffins. Jerkwads. Ha 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 ha. Oh, another big guy. Another big guy. So I'm gonna let my ghoulies deal with those for right now. Now I'm gonna focus on the big guy. Oh, you're stunned. You were gonna hit me, but now you're stunned. And now I'm dodging. Dodge. Not out of the way. Fast enough, apparently. Dodge. Dodge. Explode. Get some more wrath. Thank you. Alrighty. I think that's it, yeah. Fight must be over. The music is done. This is kind of what you're conditioned to do. And there's like a later fight where that song kind of happens where the fight's over, and it's really kind of off-putting. But yeah. What the? See, and the popping fails, even though we were like right up against the wall. But whatever. Walled run. Awesomeness. Come on. Alright. Okay, we got the Mega Blades. So now this is like the last big puzzle room. And you see all this stuff, but you can't do anything yet, so you drop in the water. And here is yet another big underground water passage. Who knows what the hell is going on in here. This piping's all fucked up. There's water everywhere. But yeah. Oh, again, more perfectly placed pegs and handholds for death. I'm sure they were just like design elements or something before, you know, they all got broken up and became perfect traversal points for death. I'm sure they had a completely useful purpose. Or unuseful as they're being aesthetic. Anyway, so you throw it up from over there. Then you take the second shadow bomb, fly down, and then throw it up there. And yes, if you miss it, you have to go all the way back up, because you need to blow this one up first before you do anything else. And you grab the chesty chest. Skull touch face! And no. Just no. And you'll definitely see that unless you're dying a lot, and maybe on Nightmare, although I still prefer being able to dispatch enemies a little more efficiently than just having high defense, is that just because something has better defense doesn't mean it's necessarily the better thing. So you just kind of have to balance your options. As you can see, that's where we're going to end up, but you can't do anything yet because it's blocked. So we're going to go down here. Pop, pop! And go up to where we blew up the first bomb. Alright. And down there is absolutely nothing. It's just kind of like, oh, if you fall down, you can have a way to get back up. That peg was very misleading. Skull touch face! Ooh, oh, yeah, we'll equip that. And then we got an awesome cape shroud thing. Awesome! Didn't need a wall run, but hey. Whatever. Oh no, there's a lot of sentinels. A lot of kills. Oh, just one. I wonder where the rest are going. Alright, so this is the first time we see sentinels, although we'll see them later. So the name of the game is to take them out with redemption. And that's exactly what we just did. Like, quick and easy. And if you had the quest from Karn, you could have gotten it updated right there, and then you would have finished the Maker's craft. Shaman's craft from that. But again, we're going to wait till the Lost Temple. Some more ghoulies. Eat hammer. This hammer has killed a Greek god. See, that was kind of odd. Is that it was okay? The name of the enemy was Karkanos. The enemy, the weapon that it dropped out of its gullet was the Master of Karkanos, and it was keep on saying like how it defeated the big major. So I don't know how that works, but yeah. Whoa, it's kind of a cool story anyway. Maybe like it's just labeled Karkanos after the old Greek Titan or whatever. And so like this modern Karkanos that we killed just happened to eat the weapon that destroyed the, you know, old ancient Karkanos. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, Book of the Dead page. Right here. In the vase. Another reason why death should destroy ancient pottery. Because it might contain Book of the Dead pages. And in case I haven't said this already, we will have 10 pages before we leave. Before we leave the Forged Lands. Actually, I think sooner than that. So we'll be able to go into the first Death Tomb before we even see the Kingdom of the Dead, which is awesome. Skeleton key. Alright, key skeletonized. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Flip our way over to the big mouth. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Because after, you know, we get the big chest in here. That is it. That's all we gotta do. And that's actually gonna be it for this episode. So, on the next Splinter's Bone, on the next episode, we are going to find the rest of Orin's limbs, and as well, go to the Weeping Crag for the first time. We're not going to be fighting Gorewood, but we're going to do pretty much everything but fighting Gorewood and getting the things we can only get with Death Grip, at which point we'll come back with Death Grip, and we will come back and kill Gorewood and get the stuff with Death Grip. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you like the spreadsheet guide to these episodes, see what I get and what, you know, what I get, what I just said. Stonebites, talisman, you know, talismans, what the frack am I talking about? No. So Stonebites, Boatman Coins, Book of the Dead pages, legendary weapons, all that good stuff. Just make sure you're a subscriber at 7 p.m. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks! And anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This has been Kuddlesnot, signing off, and I will see you again next time.